Today we are taking a look at our lacrosse demo. Lacrosse is a lot like soccer, and we've actually taken lacrosse and combined it into our field hockey demo as well, as there are a number of similarities with lacrosse and field hockey and even soccer. The biggest difference with lacrosse and maybe even field hockey is there are penalties that are involved that would be a little bit different from the soccer game where it's typically yellow card, red card, if you will. And they have some differences in terms of corner kick, penalty kick, and so on. But ultimately, what we've got here today with our lacrosse demo, we're going to run through our pregame, starters, in-game, penalties, and then some other items you might need. Start with our pregame. As I've mentioned in the past, this is not a one-size-fits-all program. You can customize the game day experience you want for your school. All you have to do is just let us know what you want, whether it be specific warm-up music, pregame info, sportsmanship reads. If you have a teacher appreciation night, a senior night, whatever you might have, send that to us. We'll gladly get that entered in for you. This is just a guide of some things that you can do here on the left-hand side, and in no way, shape, or form is what you're set with throughout the season. If you have any changes that you need to make with a player changing numbers, a player getting moved to varsity, and so on, feel free to text this number. We only need your computer added to Wi-Fi to be able to add the player or change the number or whatever it might be. But please send that to us. We'll gladly get that entered in. The sooner the better, but we can do that all the way up until about 10 minutes prior to your game. This is just a run of show all the way down to the 0 mark and the national anthem. We can label these out however you want. You can see I've got a 5 minutes to start button with your pregame info. You can play your sportsmanship read, and then at the 0 mark, play your game intro. And then, of course, the national anthem would follow. This is a one-touch button, meaning I've got the announcement and the music included in the same clip. Your miscellaneous tab is going to be your emergency announcements, but additionally, you can add in sponsorship reads, concession stand announcements, other miscellaneous items that may not pertain to the game. Feel free to send whatever you want for us to read, and we'll add that into your miscellaneous section. Now let's go to your starting lineups. Your full roster will be down here at the bottom of the page. The user will drag in the names of the starters, and then your end goal. And then it'll look like this on game day. This is our visiting team. This is our home team. We'll obtain your visiting team rosters and make all the recordings. Each player has their own individual recording, as you can see. And then all of your players that are starting would just be moved up and added into the program. If there's a last-second change, let's say Maddie Plonk is no longer going to start, and instead it's going to be Nalia Hairston. We'll just drag Nalia in. Maddie's now out, and we're ready to go. So we'll do the visiting team first, but let's go ahead and say we've done the visiting team. We're going to move into the home team. We've got our intro music, team intro, starters, in goal, head coach, fade music. Let's start.
Now fans, it's time to get up and get loud as we meet the starting lineup for your R.J. Reynolds D-Mans. Number 2, Alice Puglia. Number 3, Charlotte McCorkle. In goal for your D-Mans, number 9, Georgia Horn. The head coach for the Demons is Jim O'Neill.
So you'll do all 10 plus the end goal when you're regularly running the program. Then we go to our in-game section. Both teams will look exactly alike. The only difference is RJ Reynolds will have a goal horn. You can make that goal song whatever you want it to be. And then from here, there's a goal scored by, assisted by, injury, timeout, substitution, and timeout. If it says play before name, that means you can absolutely play the name of the player after you make the announcement. If it says no name, that means the file was intended for no name to be announced after. Goal scored means you don't know who scored the goal. Otherwise, you can use the goal scored by. So let's say Maddie Plonk is our goal scored by, and then assisted by Georgia Horn. So here's a quick rundown of what it would sound like.
I gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
R.J. Reynolds' Demons goal, scored by number 7, Matty Plunk. The goal is assisted by number 9, Georgia Horn.
So that's what it'll sound like on game day. If you have a substitution, you can pull them in, and it'll say substitution for R.J. Reynolds, number 2, Alice Pulliam, and so on. You'll just leave your players down here at the bottom unless you're needing to pull them in. This also has a copy paste option as well, so if you don't want to pull the name up or drag the name up, you can simply copy and paste. Just right click and you're there. We're going to go ahead and delete for now. And we're going to go to our penalties page. Our penalty section is not something that is often used. A lot of folks don't necessarily understand the rules of lacrosse unless they're a player or coach. And sometimes, let's be honest and frank, sometimes even the players and coaches don't necessarily understand the rules. Lacrosse can be a complicated game in terms of the rules. And depending on where you're seated, you may not be able to hear the official in their call. But if there is, for example, a cross-checking penalty, you can make that announcement.
A penalty has been assessed for cross-checking.
There's the times for, the penalty. If it's a 30-second releasable, 60-second, 2-minute, 3-minute, and so on, you can absolutely make those announcements if you choose to do so. If your state association requires a countdown, we have a 2-minute first half, 2-minute regulation, 10-second countdown. As I mentioned with soccer, the 9, 8, 7, you do not have to click these unless a goal is scored within 10 seconds. So let's say a goal is scored with 6 seconds remaining, you'll restart the 6-second countdown clock with the 6-second button. Then your post game is, again, customizable the way you want it to be. This is not set in stone. This is just giving you some ideas, some closing music. You could use your fight song, for example, next event, and a closing message. So with that, that's all there really is to lacrosse. There's not a lot of announcements with lacrosse or field hockey being made throughout the game, if you will. We can add in a draw button if you want to say draw control to R.J. Reynolds, draw control to Page. We can absolutely add those in for you if you would like us to do so. It's really whatever, again, works best for your athletic program. So don't forget to send those schedules and rosters in as soon as they're available. Other than that, we look forward to working with you this lacrosse season. Thanks so much. Take care.